You filled it with hot water, you put your spoon in this hole at the top, and when you were using it for ice cream, you could then slice through the ice cream very easily, he explained. Wait, what? A spoon warmer for ice cream? My mind was blown. Yours too, probably. It sounds so delightfully old-fashioned and wonderfully quirky, doesn't it? Imagine the sheer dedication to a perfectly scooped dessert. Alastair also clarified, this is, by the way, made in electroplate. It's not solid silver, it's electroplate. They nearly always are. Even though it wasn't solid silver, that didn't diminish its allure. But as far as spoon warmers go, this is one of the rarest, and I have to say, one of the nicest I've ever seen. High praise indeed from someone who has seen it all. Love it or hate it, a priceless treasure to one, a nuisance to another. Here's where it gets truly relatable. The owner, with a heartfelt declaration, admitted, "My wife hates it. I love it." He gestured towards the crowd, a collective chuckle rippling through the room. How many of us can relate to that? One person's cherished antique is another's, well, let's just say, less than cherished item. Alastair, clearly sharing the owner's affection for the unique piece, summed it up perfectly in 5 words. No, it's an absolute cracker. He continued, praising its craftsmanship. It's beautifully modeled, probably made by one of the big plating firms, like Elkington, who were based in Birmingham. He highlighted its quality, its collectability, and its historical significance from a cycling perspective. The shocking valuation, a grand surprise. Then came the moment we all wait for, the valuation. You could feel the tension in the air. What was this truly unique, historically significant, and delightfully quirky ram's head spoon warmer worth? Alastair paused for dramatic effect, or maybe just for a moment to truly appreciate the item, and then he delivered the news. £1,000. £1,000. For a ram's head spoon warmer. The owner's jaw dropped. As much as that? He stammered, clearly stunned. That's interesting. Interesting is an understatement. It's a testament to the fact that beauty, history, and value can be found in the most unexpected places. This Antiques Roadshow moment wasn't just about a valuation. It was a reminder that history is alive in the objects we collect, and sometimes those objects can hold stories and values far beyond what we ever imagine. It's why we keep tuning in, hoping to witness the next big reveal, the next jaw-dropping discovery. And who knows, maybe that dusty old item in your attic is just waiting for its moment. Antiques Roadshow. There's just something magical about watching people discover the hidden value in their everyday items, isn't there? It's not just about the money, though that's certainly a thrill. It's about the stories, the history, and the pure, unadulterated shock on people's faces when an expert reveals they're holding a treasure. And speaking of treasures, let me tell you about a moment that even stumped a seasoned pro. When the unseen becomes the unforgettable. Alastair Dickinson's jaw-dropping discovery. Imagine this. You're on the set of Antiques Roadshow, the air buzzing with anticipation. You've seen countless precious heirlooms, quirky trinkets, and genuine masterpieces pass through your hands. You think you've seen it all. Then something comes along that makes you do a double take, something so unique, so utterly unexpected, that it even leaves a veteran expert like Alastair Dickinson absolutely flabbergasted. Alastair, the charming 74-year-old silver specialist we all know and love, has probably seen enough silver in his lifetime to fill a small vault. He's the kind of expert who can tell you the lineage of a spoon just by looking at its hallmark. But even with his encyclopedic knowledge, he recently encountered an item that truly threw him for a loop. It was a Sunday evening, a rerun from 2022, and there it was, a ram's head. Not just any ram's head, mind you, but one that was about to unravel a fascinating story and, ultimately, drop a significant price tag. A ram's head, a bicycle race, and a head-scratching mystery. As the camera zoomed in on this intriguing object, Alastair's eyes, usually so assured, held a hint of bewilderment. He leaned in, examining the intricate details. Its inscribed GPS 1897, 1-mile bicycle race, first prize, he observed, his voice a mix of curiosity and professional admiration. Now I've valued and seen hundreds, maybe thousands of trophies in my time, and I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this. Think about that for a second. Hundreds, maybe thousands of trophies, and this one stands alone. That's like a world-renowned chef admitting they've never tasted a dish quite like the one in front of them. The first question on everyone's mind, including Alastair's, was, what does GPS stand for, and how did it come into your hands? The owner, beaming, explained that GPS stood for Glasgow Play Sports, and that this incredible piece was a trophy won by his grandfather in that very 1-mile bike race. He even had a photograph, a sepia-toned snapshot of history showing his grandfather, bike in hand, looking proud as punch. Fantastic outfit, Alastair exclaimed, clearly charmed by the vintage cycling attire. A glimpse into cycling's humble beginnings. This wasn't just about a trophy. It was a portal to a bygone era of cycling. Alastair, ever the historian, delved into the context. Well, the interesting thing is that at this date, the 1890s, that predates the Tour de France. Can you imagine? This trophy predates one of the most iconic cycling events in the world. He continued, it also is pretty soon after the invention of what was called the safety bike. Before this, you had the unwieldy, often terrifying penny farthing with its massive front wheel and tiny back one. Just looking at pictures of those things is enough to make your palms sweat, let alone riding one. So, this Ram's Head trophy wasn't just a prize. It was a testament to the dawn of modern cycling, a time when bikes were transforming from dangerous novelties into practical, exhilarating machines. And I think that's quite important when assessing the piece as a whole, Alastair emphasized, highlighting its historical significance. The Great Ram's Head reveal, not what you'd expect. But the biggest mystery remained. What exactly was this ram's head used for? The most interesting thing of all, though, do you know what this is? Alastair asked, his eyes twinkling with anticipation. The guest, bless his heart, had a theory, one that many of us might have guessed. An unusual item to give to somebody. Why a ram's head? I think that possibly that was part of a breakfast set, and they put flowers in the back. A logical guess, right? A decorative centerpiece, perhaps. But Alastair, with that expert gleam in his eye, was ready to reveal the true purpose, and it was far more fascinating, and frankly, a bit more peculiar, than a vase.